Hey guys, this is the Halo 4 Community Creation series that I'm starting off today. Here we have a map called Tower of Terror by Darkest Warrior. That's his gamer tag, by the way. He's made an amazingly detailed, very well thought out obstacle course made up of 5 different levels. You have underneath, the first level, the second level, split into 2, then the third level, and then you have the top. I'm going to quick fly through the map, show you how he's done things, and then I'm going to show you me playing through the map as well. This first bit of the map is probably one of the best sort of obstacles I've ever seen. When you go on Forge, you can see there's loads of trait zones, and these trait zones make you go slower and faster whilst moving. In this area you can't jump, but you can crouch and you can sprint. Now all these trait zones, you can't see them at all when you're trying to go through. So as you'll see in a minute, it's actually quite difficult the first time you try. So I began the game on his game type, which the map, if you search his gamer tag Darkest Warrior, will be down in the description below. And then he says the game type you need to use with it is called Tower of Terror, the same title as the map. If you set that up, it's on Slayer and it's Ravine. And then see, there's some ones where you go really slow and others where you go really fast. And I had quite a few attempts, I think 12 in the end. I attempted, and I just kept coming off the edge. And you know, the further I got, the more challenging it was, because I didn't know, was it going to go fast, was it going to go slow. It was a very fun and interesting map for me to try and figure out how the best way to get around. Attempt 6, 7. I just kept going and kept trying on each time. Now luckily, on the 12th go, I did eventually do it, and I just sped it up here and skipped a few bits. But I eventually did get to the end. And that was level 1. And I thought that was quite challenging, and I really wanted to see how the other few levels played out. Now I eventually did it, and then you get teleported up to the top. And then you have to jump along all these blocks and get to the end. Now these are actually more difficult than they seem, and especially that you have this active camo where you can barely see what you're doing, so you know you can barely see yourself. They're all set out equally spaced and equally height, and then there's a pad at the end, and then a short surface for you to try and go through, and then there's a few of the antennas set out just so it's the tops. You run over them and then you go on to another pad at the end. Now this bit at the end was very clever. You had to get over the crates, but obviously they're always moving along. There is a space for them to stop in the middle, but I thought with trait zones and all the different stuff he added, this is very good. So with this, you know, with that you'd run and jump and you'd be able to get over, but some of the crates might disappear, some might move and so on, and you'd have to be teleported back to the beginning. And I'm not exaggerating there, it did take me 57 attempts, and then, you know, I got to this pad, and then I died here. So it took me about 64 times to complete this. And then I was watching them all, and then luckily they all come at once and you can just make it across. And that was level 2 complete. Now this is level 3, the first of 2 with footballs. I didn't really know sort of what to do on this map, but when you jump onto the floor it teleports you back to the beginning. But that's the beginning of the level. That's the clever thing with this. You don't jump off and then have to find your own way back, or just kill yourself or jump off the side. It teleports you back to where you started on the level. So for example, where I'm standing here, it teleports me back here instead of teleporting me back to the beginning of the whole thing. As you can see, there you go. And this was basically, you know, classic Halo. Get on the football and roll it to the other end, and try not to fall off, and try not to get the ball to fall off the edge either. I've sped this up because this literally did take me a long time. I haven't done this in a while. I did it on Halo Reach, but I didn't do it on Halo 4. And I eventually got to the end. You have to jump on these pillars and then jump through the 2 on the side, and that's your level complete. Now this is the next level. Unfortunately, I tried for probably about a good 20 minutes to try and get all the way to the end, but it is very difficult. And you know, heads up if you can do it, but I tried. I think I did eventually try and get across here. I did get across, but just at the end where it goes round the corner, it's just very difficult to do, because as soon as the ball's slightly on the edge, you know, you can't get it back off and it just falls and you go back to the beginning. I did eventually get it, as you see, and then very frustratingly I just fall off the end. And yeah, there we go. Fortunately there's no footage of me trying to complete that, because it would probably make the video half an hour long. But let's continue. We go through the map, and on every map, if you fall off the end, you go back to the beginning of that little section and that little area, instead of just having to find your own way, as I said before. And then we go up to level 5, the last level. This level we have to use a jetpack and get to the other end. It seems simple, but trust me, it's very difficult. This is probably one of the best ones I've seen. You have to jetpack up here, and then jetpack down below, and then up onto this one, and then similar with that. But the thing is, if you go too low, you know, if you see the big black line that those pads had, if you went below where the white square was on the wall, you would die. You would go back to the teleporter and you'd have to start again. And then trying to land on these was even more difficult, which made it even more fun. And then that's level 5 complete. You get teleported up to the top, and very nice, you won. And then you can end the game, you can start it again, you can do what you want. As soon as you jump onto there, you go back to the beginning. Thanks for watching this video. This is the first in a new series. Have you got a map that you want to be in my series? Then send me a message on YouTube, Twitter or Facebook with your map, your gamer tag, and why you want it to be on my channel. All the links are in the description below. Like, comment and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.